Welcome to the magnificent Greece, the land of ancient marble columns towering against the blue Mediterranean sky, whitewashed villages scattered over volcanic cliffs like frozen waterfalls, and turquoise waters so clear you can see your dreams reflected in them. Greece is more than just a destination. It is a living museum where myth meets reality, where every stone tells a story whispered by the wind for more than 3 millennia. Strategically positioned at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa, Greece has been the birthplace of democracy, philosophy, theater, and the Olympic Games. This remarkable peninsula and its 6,000 islands have witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the birth of Western civilization, and continue to enchant millions of visitors who come seeking both adventure and enlightenment. From the bustling ancient streets of Athens to the romantic sunsets of Santorini, from the medieval charm of Rhodes to the mystical monasteries of Meteora, each destination we'll explore today offers a unique tapestry of experiences that will touch your soul and expand your horizons. But here's a question that I'd love for you to ponder as we embark on this virtual journey together. What draws us to places where history and beauty converge so powerfully that they seem to transcend time itself? Before we explore these amazing destinations, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You won't want to miss our upcoming travel guides. And check out the links in the description below for deals on flights and accommodation that will make your Greece adventure not only memorable, but also affordable. Now let's explore the best destinations in Greece. Athens. Athens, the cradle of Western civilization, where every cobblestone echoes with the footsteps of Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. Located in the Attica region of central Greece, this magnificent metropolis spreads across the Attic plain, surrounded by mountains on 3 sides and opening to the Saronic Gulf on the 4th. Athens sits like a crown jewel at 9,755 degrees north and 7,348 degrees east, approximately 5 miles from the coast. The city's geography is dominated by several hills, with the most famous being the Acropolis, a 490-foot limestone outcrop that has served as the city's spiritual and political center for over 2,500 years. The surrounding mountains, Hymettus, Pentelicus, and Parnitha, not only provide a dramatic backdrop, but also supplied the marble that built the city's most iconic structures. The culture here is intoxicating. Imagine walking through neighborhoods where ancient ruins stand casually next to bustling cafes, where the aroma of fresh souvlaki mingles with jasmine flowers, and where locals still gather in the agora marketplace, just as their ancestors did thousands of years ago. Athenians have mastered the art of living. They understand that life is meant to be savored, debated, and celebrated. The story of Athens begins around 3400 BCE, but it truly came alive during the 5th century BCE, known as the Golden Age of Pericles. This was when democracy was born, not just as a political system, but as a revolutionary idea that every citizen's voice mattered. Can you imagine the electricity in the air when Pericles delivered his famous funeral oration, or when Sophocles premiered his tragedies in the theater of Dionysus? The city has weathered Roman conquest, Byzantine rule, Ottoman occupation, and modern wars, yet it has emerged each time more resilient, like a phoenix rising from ancient ashes. The Athenians say their city has 9 lives, and after surviving over 3,000 years of history, who are we to disagree? Must-see destinations that will take your breath away. The Acropolis stands as humanity's greatest architectural achievement. When you climb those marble steps and see the Parthenon for the first time, prepare for your heart to skip a beat. This isn't just a building, it's a testament to human ambition and artistic genius that has inspired countless civilizations. But Athens offers so much more. Lose yourself in the ancient agora where democracy was practiced. Explore the fascinating National Archaeological Museum housing treasures that span 5,000 years. Wander through the charming Plaka neighborhood with its neoclassical architecture and tavernas that have been serving families for generations. And don't miss the changing of the guard at Syntagma Square, a ceremony so precise and moving it brings tears to visitors' eyes. This eternal city seamlessly blends 3,000 years of history with vibrant modern life, offering visitors the unique chance to walk where philosophers debated, democracy flourished, and Western civilization began. From the awe-inspiring Acropolis to the lively neighborhoods below, Athens provides an unparalleled journey through time that will forever change how you see the world. Santorini or Meteora. Santorini, this crescent-shaped island, born from one of history's most powerful volcanic eruptions, sits like a jewel in the deep blue Aegean Sea, approximately 120 miles southeast of mainland Greece. Santorini's geography tells one of nature's most dramatic stories. About 3,600 years ago, a massive volcanic eruption literally blew the center out of what was once a round island, creating the stunning caldera we see today. The result? Sheer cliffs rising 1,000 feet directly from the sea, painted in layers of red, black, and white volcanic rock that create a natural masterpiece no artist could ever replicate. The island's unique position at 4,839 degrees north, 4,317 degrees east, places it perfectly to catch both the Mediterranean's azure waters and some of the most spectacular light shows Mother Nature has to offer. The volcanic soil, while challenging for agriculture, produces some of the world's most distinctive wines, grapes that literally taste like sunshine and sea breeze. Santorinian culture is a beautiful fusion of resilience and romance. The locals, known as Santorinians, have developed a unique architectural style born from necessity. Those iconic whitewashed, blue-domed buildings aren't just beautiful, they're perfectly adapted to the island's intense sun and strong winds. The cubic Cycladic architecture, with its smooth curves and brilliant white surfaces, reflects heat while creating cool, comfortable living spaces. Archaeological evidence suggests that Santorini was home to the advanced Minoan civilization before the Great Eruption. Some historians believe this catastrophic event may have inspired Plato's legend of Atlantis. Imagine an entire civilization disappearing beneath the waves in a single day. The island was later colonized by the Phoenicians, Romans, Byzantines, and Venetians, each leaving their mark on the local culture. But it was really in the 20th century that Santorini transformed from a struggling agricultural island into one of the world's most sought-after destinations, proving that sometimes the most beautiful stories emerge from the ashes of destruction. Oya, perched on the island's northern tip, is where magic happens twice daily. The sunrise paints the caldera in shades of pink and gold that seem impossible, while the sunset draws visitors from around the world who gather in respectful silence to witness nature's daily masterpiece. The narrow streets are lined with captains' houses turned into boutique hotels, art galleries showcasing local talent, and restaurants where you can taste the sea in every bite. Fira, the island's capital, offers a perfect blend of traditional charm and modern amenities. Built right on the caldera's edge, it provides breathtaking views while offering everything from ancient ruins to contemporary shopping. The cable car ride from the old port to Fira town is an adventure in itself, ascending 1,000 feet with views that will make your Instagram followers weep with envy. Don't miss the unique red beach and black beach, where volcanic activity has created landscapes so otherworldly you'll feel like you're exploring an alien planet, or the ancient site of Akrotiri, often called the Pompeii of the Aegean, where a perfectly preserved Bronze Age city tells the story of the eruption that changed everything. This volcanic paradise offers the perfect combination of natural wonder, romantic beauty, and historical significance. From the world-famous sunsets of Oya to the dramatic cliffs of Fira, Santorini provides an otherworldly experience where visitors can witness the raw power of nature transformed into breathtaking beauty. Rhodes town. Rhodes town, located on the northern tip of Rhodes Island, is home to one of Europe's best-preserved medieval cities, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that will transport you back 700 years with every step. Rhodes sits like a gateway between the Aegean and Mediterranean seas, positioned at 36, 4,341 degrees north, 28, 2,176 degrees east, just 11 miles from the Turkish coast. This strategic location has made it a coveted prize for civilizations throughout history. The island's geography is remarkably diverse, from golden beaches and pine forests to rolling hills dotted with ancient ruins. The old town is built on a natural harbor, protected by massive medieval walls that have withstood countless sieges. These 2.5-mile-long fortifications, some sections rising 40 feet high, create an almost impenetrable fortress that has protected the city's treasures for over 6 centuries. Rhodes culture is a fascinating tapestry woven from Greek, Italian, Turkish, and Jewish influences. Walk through the old town and you'll hear stories in multiple languages, taste fusion cuisines that shouldn't work but absolutely do, and see architectural styles that blend Byzantine, Gothic, and Ottoman elements into something uniquely Rhodian. The locals take immense pride in their multicultural heritage. They'll tell you stories of how Christian knights, Jewish merchants, Muslim craftsmen, and Greek fishermen all contributed to the island's prosperity. This cultural richness is celebrated in everything from the local festivals to the traditional handicrafts sold in the medieval marketplace. Rhodes' story begins in ancient times when it was home to one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, the Colossus of Rhodes, a 108-foot bronze statue that straddled the harbor entrance. Though the statue fell in an earthquake after standing for only 54 years, its legend still draws visitors who try to imagine this ancient marvel. The Palace of the Grand Master stands as the crown jewel of medieval architecture. Imagine walking through rooms where knights planned crusades and hosted royal visitors. The palace's stunning mosaics, many brought from the island of Kos, tell stories of ancient Greek mythology that seem to come alive in the flickering torchlight. The Street of the Knights is perhaps the most atmospheric medieval street in the world. As you walk down this cobblestone avenue, lined with the inns of different nationalities of knights, you can almost hear the clanking of armor and the discussions of strategy that once echoed off these stone walls. The Archaeological Museum, housed in the former Hospital of the Knights, showcases treasures spanning 2,400 years, including the famous marine Venus statue. And don't miss the Mosque of Suleiman the Magnificent, a beautiful example of Ottoman architecture that speaks to the island's diverse religious heritage. This medieval masterpiece offers visitors the rare opportunity to literally walk through history, from ancient Greek ruins to perfectly preserved medieval streets, all within a living city that continues to thrive. The combination of Knights Templar history, Ottoman influence, and Greek culture creates an unforgettable experience that brings the Middle Ages to vivid life. Thessaloniki. Welcome to Thessaloniki, Greece's second-largest city and arguably its most underrated gem. This vibrant metropolis, known affectionately as Salonika by locals, pulses with an energy that's distinctly different from Athens, younger, more bohemian, and refreshingly authentic. Nestled in the Thermaic Gulf at 40, 6,401 degrees north, 22, 9,444 degrees east, Thessaloniki enjoys a unique geographical position at the crossroads of the Balkans and the Mediterranean. The city spreads along a wide bay, backed by rolling hills that provide stunning panoramic views. This location has blessed the city with a moderate climate perfect for the cafe culture that defines daily life here. The city's position at the head of the Aegean Sea made it a natural trading hub, and today that commercial spirit lives on in bustling markets, innovative restaurants, and a creative scene that rivals any European capital. The nearby mountains provide fresh water and cool breezes, while the sea moderates temperatures year-round. Thessaloniki's culture is intoxicatingly diverse. This is a city where you'll find the largest Jewish cemetery in Europe, alongside some of the world's most important Byzantine churches. The local culture celebrates this diversity. You can start your morning with Greek coffee and baugatsa, a local pastry, have lunch at a traditional taverna, and end your evening listening to live music in a bar that once housed Ottoman merchants. The city has always been a haven for artists, intellectuals, and free thinkers. Today, that spirit lives on in numerous galleries, theaters, and music venues. The annual Thessaloniki International Film Festival draws cinema lovers from around the world, while the city's universities keep the atmosphere young and dynamic. Founded in 315 BCE by Cassander of Macedon and named after Alexander the Great's half-sister, Thessaloniki quickly became one of the most important cities in the Roman Empire. The Apostle Paul preached here and wrote 2 epistles to the Thessalonians, making it one of Christianity's earliest centers. During the Byzantine era, Thessaloniki was the empire's second most important city after Constantinople. The city's numerous Byzantine churches from this period earned it the nickname Orthodox Jerusalem. Later, under Ottoman rule, it became a cosmopolitan center where Greeks, Turks, Jews, Bulgarians, and other ethnicities coexisted. The tragic fire of 1917 destroyed much of the old city, but it also provided an opportunity for French architect Ernest Hébrard to redesign Thessaloniki with wide boulevards, elegant squares, and modern infrastructure, creating the beautiful cityscape we see today. The rotunda, originally built as Emperor Gallienus's mausoleum, later became a church and then a mosque, talk about religious evolution. Its stunning mosaics and architecture tell the story of the city's complex history in vivid detail. The White Tower, Thessaloniki's most famous landmark, offers panoramic views of the city and houses a fascinating museum about the city's history. But don't just visit the monuments, dive into the neighborhoods. Ladodica district, with its restored 19th century buildings, is perfect for evening dining and nightlife. This dynamic cultural capital offers visitors an authentic Greek experience away from the tourist crowds, combining rich Byzantine and Ottoman history with a vibrant modern culture. From ancient monuments to cutting-edge cuisine, Thessaloniki provides insight into contemporary Greek life while honoring its magnificent past. Corfu town. Corfu town, where Italian elegance meets Greek warmth in one of the Mediterranean's most romantic settings. This World Heritage Site feels like a movie set where every street corner reveals another Instagram-worthy vista. Corfu sits like an emerald jewel in the Ionian Sea at 6,243 degrees north, 9,217 degrees east, just off Albania's coast and perfectly positioned to catch both morning sun and evening breezes. The island's lush landscape, a result of generous winter rains, creates a backdrop of olive groves, cypress trees, and wildflower meadows that's distinctly different from the arid beauty of other Greek islands. The town itself is built on a promontory between two bays, protected by two imposing fortresses that have guarded the harbor for centuries. This natural harbor has welcomed everyone from ancient Greek triremes to modern luxury yachts, creating a maritime culture that's both sophisticated and deeply rooted in tradition. Corfu's culture is unique in Greece. It's the only major Greek city that was never conquered by the Ottomans, instead spending 400 years under Venetian rule. This history created a cultural fusion that's immediately apparent. Imagine Italian architecture filled with Greek warmth, Venetian elegance seasoned with Greek hospitality. The local culture celebrates this European sophistication. Corfu was the first Greek region to have a university, the first to establish a philharmonic orchestra, and the first to embrace coffee culture. Today, that intellectual tradition continues in bookshops, art galleries, and cultural events that rival any European capital. Cricket is still played here thanks to British colonial influence, adding yet another layer to this culturally rich destination. Locals gather every Sunday to watch matches on the esplanade, sipping kumquat liqueur, a local specialty that tastes like sunshine in a bottle. Homer called Corfu the beautiful and rich land of the Phaeacians, where Odysseus was washed ashore and welcomed by Princess Nausicaa. This mythical beginning set the tone for an island that has always welcomed travelers with open arms. Venetian rule, 1380-61797, transformed Corfu into a sophisticated cultural center. The Venetians built magnificent palaces, churches, and fortifications while encouraging education and arts. Later, brief French rule and a longer British protectorate added more cultural layers, creating the unique blend we see today. The island played a crucial role in Greece's independence struggle and later became a favorite retreat for European royalty and artists. Empress Elizabeth of Austria built her beloved Achillean palace here, while writers like Lawrence Durrell found inspiration in the island's beauty. The old fortress, built by the Venetians on ancient foundations, offers breathtaking views and houses fascinating museums. But it's the new fortress that truly showcases Venetian military engineering. Explore its tunnels and ramparts for a glimpse into Renaissance warfare. The esplanade, created by the French, is one of Europe's most beautiful squares. Surrounded by arcaded buildings that wouldn't look out of place in Venice, it's perfect for people watching while sipping Greek coffee or Aperol Spritz. St. Spiridon Church houses the mummified remains of the island's patron saint, whose miraculous interventions supposedly saved Corfu from plague, famine, and Turkish invasion. The church's distinctive red dome is visible throughout the old town. This Venetian-influenced masterpiece offers visitors a unique blend of Italian sophistication and Greek hospitality, all set within perfectly preserved medieval architecture. From ancient fortresses to elegant squares, Corfu town provides a European cultural experience that's distinctly Greek in spirit. Chania, Crete. Chania, the crown jewel of Crete's north coast, where every sunset paints the Venetian harbor in shades of gold and rose that have inspired artists for centuries. This is where Europe meets Africa, where ancient Minoan civilization flourished, and where some of the Mediterranean's most romantic moments unfold daily. Chania sits at 5,138 degrees north, 24,0180 degrees east on Crete's northwest coast, making it one of Europe's southernmost cities. The geography here is breathtaking. Imagine snow-capped mountains rising directly from crystal-clear waters, creating microclimates that allow tropical plants to grow alongside alpine flowers. The city is built around a natural harbor protected by a distinctive lighthouse that has become Chania's symbol. Behind the coastal plains, the White Mountains, Lefka Ori, create a dramatic backdrop, their peaks often crowned with snow even when the beaches below are perfect for swimming. This unique geography has created a city where you can ski in the morning and swim in the afternoon. Cretan culture is unlike anywhere else in Greece. It's fiercer, more independent, and deeply proud. Cretans will tell you they're Cretan first, Greek second, and they have every right to that pride. This is the island that gave birth to the mysterious Minoan civilization, Europe's first advanced society. The culture here celebrates both warrior spirit and artistic sensitivity. Traditional Cretan music, with its distinctive lyra and laeuto instruments, can make you weep one moment and dance the next. Local festivals are spectacular affairs where entire villages participate in celebrations that can last for days. Cretan hospitality is legendary. Locals still practice philoxenia, love of strangers, with an intensity that will touch your heart. Don't be surprised if a casual conversation with a local leads to an invitation for dinner with their entire extended family. Chania's story begins 4,000 years ago when the Minoans built Kydonia on this site. These Bronze Age people created Europe's first sophisticated civilization, complete with indoor plumbing, advanced art, and a society that seemed to celebrate life and beauty above warfare. After various conquests, the Venetians arrived in 1252 and transformed Chania into Larcania, one of their most beautiful colonial cities. They built the magnificent harbor, elegant mansions, and churches that give modern Chania its distinctive character. The Venetian period lasted until 1645, long enough to permanently shape the city's DNA. The Venetian harbor is pure magic. Picture yourself strolling along the waterfront as fishing boats return with their daily catch, past restaurants where the aroma of grilled seafood mingles with jasmine flowers. The lighthouse at the harbor's mouth, originally built by the Venetians and later modified by the Egyptians, provides the perfect photo opportunity, especially at sunset. The Old Town is a maze of narrow streets where every corner reveals architectural treasures. The Neratzi Mosque, originally a Venetian church, showcases the city's religious evolution. The covered market, housed in a beautiful cross-shaped building, offers everything from Cretan olive oil to hand-woven textiles. Don't miss the municipal market in the old Venetian arsenals, where local producers sell products that tell the story of Crete's agricultural abundance. Wild honey from mountain herbs, cheese aged in caves, and olive oil that tastes like liquid gold. This Venetian harbor town perfectly embodies Crete's unique character, blending ancient Minoan heritage with Venetian elegance and proud Cretan traditions. From the romantic waterfront to the dramatic mountain backdrop, Chania offers an authentic Mediterranean experience that captures both the island's complex history and its timeless beauty. Meteora, Calabarca. Meteora, whose name literally means suspended in air, is where massive rock pillars rise from the earth like prayers made stone, crowned with monasteries that seem to float between heaven and earth. Located at 7,153 degrees north, 6,350 degrees east, in central Greece's Thessaly region, Meteora represents one of nature's most extraordinary geological phenomena. These sandstone and conglomerate towers, some rising over 1,300 feet above the valley floor, were formed over 60 million years ago when tectonic activity and erosion carved the landscape into something that looks more like an alien planet than earthly terrain. The geography here defies logic. Imagine medieval monasteries perched impossibly on needle-like rock formations, accessible only by rope ladders or precarious staircases carved into the stone. The town of Kalabarka sits in the valley below, providing a charming base from which to explore these natural skyscrapers. The culture of Meteora is defined by over 600 years of monastic tradition. This isn't just a tourist destination, it's a living center of Orthodox Christianity where monks and nuns continue traditions that date back to Byzantine times. The silence here is profound, broken only by the call to prayer and the wind through the rocks. Visitors often describe a sense of peace that's almost tangible. The monasteries maintain libraries with priceless manuscripts, workshops where religious icons are still painted by hand, and gardens where medicinal herbs grow in the shadow of ancient walls. This is a place where time moves differently, where the spiritual and physical worlds seem to merge. The story begins in the 11th century when hermit monks, seeking isolation and spiritual purification, began climbing these impossible rocks to live in caves. By the 14th century, Saint Athanasios had established the first organized monastery, the Great Meteoron, creating a template that others would follow. At Meteora's peak in the 16th century, 24 monasteries crowned these peaks, creating a unique monastic republic where scholars preserved knowledge through the dark periods of Ottoman occupation. The monks developed ingenious systems of baskets and pulleys to transport people and supplies up the sheer cliff faces. Imagine being hauled up 1,000 feet in a net basket with nothing but prayer to keep you aloft. The monastery of Great Meteoron, the largest and oldest, houses incredible frescoes, ancient manuscripts, and a museum that tells the story of monastic life. The Catholican main church contains some of Byzantine art's finest examples, with frescoes that seem to glow with inner light. Varlam Monastery, perched on a rock pillar that seems too narrow to support a building, contains priceless illuminated manuscripts and offers breathtaking views of the entire complex. The monastery's rope and pulley system is still functional, though thankfully, modern stairs provide an alternative for visitors. This World Heritage Site offers visitors a profound spiritual experience combined with geological wonder, where ancient monasteries perched on impossible rock formations create one of the world's most moving destinations. The combination of natural majesty and human faith creates an atmosphere that transforms everyone who visits. Mykonos town. Welcome to Mykonos town, where Cycladic simplicity meets international sophistication in a dazzling display of whitewashed beauty. This is the island that put the Greek Isles on the global party map, while somehow maintaining its authentic charm and stunning natural beauty. Positioned at 4,467 degrees north, 3,289 degrees east, in the heart of the Cyclades, Mykonos enjoys one of the Aegean's most strategic locations. The island's geography is defined by its relationship with the wind, the famous Meltemi winds that gave Mykonos its iconic windmills and shaped its low-profile, cubic architecture. The town, known locally as Kora, is built in a natural amphitheater around a protected harbor. The narrow, winding streets weren't designed for aesthetics, though they're undeniably beautiful. They were specifically laid out to confuse pirates and deflect the strong Aegean winds. Today, these same maze-like streets create an enchanting pedestrian paradise. Mykonos culture is a fascinating blend of traditional Greek island life and international sophistication. This is where local fishermen still mend their nets in the morning, while world-famous DJs prepare for evening performances. The island has mastered the art of being simultaneously authentic and cosmopolitan. The local culture celebrates beauty, freedom, and joie de vivre. Myconians are proud of their island's reputation as a place where people from all backgrounds can be themselves. The island's acceptance of diversity, particularly its early embrace of LGBTQ+ tourism, reflects Greek values of hospitality and acceptance that date back thousands of years. Mykonos's history reads like an adventure novel. Named after Apollo's grandson Mykonos, the island spent centuries as a hideout for pirates who used its strategic location and maze-like town to evade capture. The very streets that now house designer boutiques once concealed treasure and contraband. The island's transformation began in the 1960s when artists and intellectuals discovered its raw beauty and relatively low prices. Jackie Kennedy Onassis famously vacationed here, followed by waves of celebrities, artists, and free spirits who were drawn to the island's combination of natural beauty and bohemian atmosphere. The 1970s and 80s saw Mykonos become a global destination, but rather than losing its character, the island adapted brilliantly. Local families opened their homes as boutique hotels, traditional tavernas evolved into world-class restaurants, and the island's natural party atmosphere was enhanced rather than replaced. The famous windmills of Mykonos, standing sentinel over the town since the 16th century, are more than just a pretty picture. They tell the story of an island that learned to harness natural forces for prosperity. These iconic structures, with Kora spread below and the Aegean stretching to the horizon, create one of Greece's most photographed views. Little Venice, where 18th century houses built right at the water's edge create a miniature version of the famous Italian city, offers spectacular sunset views and romantic dining. The balconies literally hang over the waves. Imagine sipping wine while sea spray mists your table. The Church of Panagia Paraportiani, a unique architectural masterpiece that looks like something from a dream, is actually 5 churches built together over the centuries. Its asymmetrical white curves create ever-changing shadows and perspectives that photographers adore. This cosmopolitan island capital has achieved the perfect balance between traditional Cycladic beauty and international sophistication, creating a destination where authentic Greek culture and modern luxury coexist seamlessly. From iconic windmills to world-renowned nightlife, Mykonos town offers an experience that's both deeply Greek and globally appealing. Patras. Our final destination brings us to Patras, Greece's third-largest city and the vibrant capital of the Peloponnese. Often overlooked by tourists rushing to catch ferries to Italy, Patras rewards those who pause to explore with authentic Greek urban culture, spectacular views, and a carnival that rivals Rio's in energy and creativity. Patras sits majestically at 2,466 degrees north, 7,346 degrees east on the northwestern coast of the Peloponnese, overlooking the Gulf of Patras with the stunning backdrop of the Panachaikan Mountains. This strategic position has made it Greece's principal western port for over 2,000 years, serving as the gateway between Greece and Western Europe. The city is built on multiple levels, cascading from sea level up to 800 feet above the Gulf, creating a natural amphitheater with spectacular views. The geography here is dramatic. Imagine terraced neighborhoods climbing hillsides covered in pine forests, with the sparkling Gulf stretching toward the Ionian Islands on the horizon. Patras culture is defined by two characteristics that might seem contradictory but work perfectly together: deep religious devotion and explosive celebration. This is the city of Saint Andrew, Greece's patron saint, whose martyrdom here in 60 CE made Patras one of Christianity's earliest centers. Yet it's also home to Greece's most famous carnival, a weeks-long celebration that transforms the entire city into a stage for creativity, humor, and pure joy. The local culture reflects the city's role as a crossroads. Patrians are naturally cosmopolitan, comfortable with visitors, and proud of their city's role in Greek history. They've maintained traditional values while embracing modernity, creating an urban culture that feels authentically Greek but refreshingly open to the world. Patras's story spans over 4,000 years, beginning as Patri in ancient Achaea. The city played a crucial role in the Achaean League, one of ancient Greece's most successful political federations. St. Andrew's martyrdom here made it a pilgrimage destination, while Byzantine rule brought prosperity through trade with Venice and other Mediterranean powers. During the Ottoman period, Patras remained an important commercial center, but it was during the Greek War of Independence that the city truly made its mark on history. The revolution began here on March 25, 1821, when Archbishop Germanos raised the flag of independence at the monastery of Agia just outside the city. The modern city was largely rebuilt after World War II destruction, creating the wide boulevards and neoclassical architecture that characterize today's Patras. The completion of the Meteora Bridge in 2004, one of the world's longest cable-stayed bridges, symbolically and practically connected the Peloponnese to mainland Greece. The castle of Patras, built on ancient foundations and expanded by successive civilizations, offers panoramic views and houses fascinating archaeological finds. Walking through its grounds at sunset, with the gulf spreading below and the mountains glowing in the distance, provides one of Greece's most romantic experiences. The Church of St. Andrew, built over the site of the Apostles' martyrdom, is one of the largest churches in the Balkans. The interior, decorated with stunning Byzantine-style mosaics, houses relics that draw pilgrims from around the Orthodox world. Even non-religious visitors are moved by the spiritual atmosphere and architectural grandeur. The Roman Aegean, discovered accidentally during construction in 1889, hosts concerts and performances in a setting that ancient Romans would recognize. Imagine watching Greek tragedy performed in the same space where it entertained audiences 2,000 years ago. This dynamic port city offers visitors an authentic Greek urban experience, combining significant historical sites with vibrant modern culture. From ancient ruins to contemporary festivals, Patras provides insight into how Greeks live, work, and celebrate in the 21st century while honoring their incredible heritage. As our incredible journey through Greece's 9 magnificent destinations comes to an end, let's reflect on the profound lessons these ancient lands have taught us. Each location we've explored offers not just beauty and history, but wisdom that can enrich our daily lives. Greece isn't just about the places you'll visit, it's about the person you'll become while visiting them. There's something transformative about walking where Socrates taught, watching sunsets that have inspired poets for millennia, and sharing meals with people whose ancestors welcomed Odysseus home from his wanderings. But here's what I'm most curious about. Which of these destinations spoke to your heart? Was it the philosophical depths of Athens, the romantic sunsets of Santorini, or perhaps the spiritual heights of Meteora? I'd love to hear in the comments below. Your insights always inspire our next adventures. Before we end this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. You don't miss any of our videos. If you love Greece, like this video and share it with people who deserve to experience these wonders with you. Goodbye and see you soon.